Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? My name is djanonzt, and we're back with WWE Champions, and I finally got my voice fully back, so I don't have to hold anything back on you now. And we're back with another episode of Let's Talk About It, and this time, the topic is brought to you by Ibis Fins from my Discord server, and if you guys would like to join my Discord server and give ideas for topics for one of these videos, the link is down in the description. I'd love to have all of you in my Discord server. It's drama-free zone. I haven't had any issues in there yet, so come join all the cool kids. Just kidding, but really. Anyways, so what are we going to talk about today? The importance of building your trainers on your roster. So many times do we get into a feud or something, and you look at somebody at first and think, oh, this one's going to be kind of tough. Then you take a second glance and notice their move point trainers are like 2-star silver, and their trainers are just kind of wasted and not good. So I'm going to tell you, your top superstars are nothing without trainers. Not just building your trainers a little bit. You need to build your trainers to 5K. Now, obviously, you need to build, like, your main guy first, okay? So you need to have your top guys, all right? We're going to look. I got top guys. Everybody's got their top guys. But you need to pick, like, when you're starting out, you need to pick your top guy that you're going to build, right? And then you need to pick his 2 trainers and factor them into what you're doing and build them all at the same time. So, for instance, let's look at my roster. Jeff Hardy right here. I wanted to look at a more free-to-play person, right? So, Jeff Hardy's entourage. I'm building Cesaro on there. Now, let's not even look at the coaches for that. We'll talk about coaches a little bit, but I have to build Cesaro, and also I use George Steele on him, who's not here right now. But if I don't have George Steele and Cesaro at 5K, this Jeff Hardy ain't nothing. He's not worth anything, okay? Now, granted, this one might not have been the greatest example because you can get away with having your Cesaro at 3-star bronze, I think, and still fill your green moves back up with green gems off your finisher. But that's not what we're talking about. You really need to get them as strong as you possibly can. So, if your move point trainer is not starting with 4 or more move points, you're not going to hit your big combos on turn 2. Now, depending on who you got, but you really need to get your move point trainers up. And this should be your first focus on who you build. The very first things that you build. Let's talk about who the move point trainers are. We got George Steele there for the green moves. Let's see if I got any more of them down below. We got Xavier Woods for the purple move points. We got Jerry Lawler for the blue move points. And then up here, I got my Bray Wyatt for black move points. And even above him, we got Sting for the red move points. Okay? Those 6 characters are the most important characters for you to build because move point trainers are going to be used on everybody, like, all the time. Pretty much everybody's top build. There's some exceptions, but about 80% of the superstars' top build comes with having one of those 6 move point trainers on there. Now, you don't have to continue to build these people. They don't have to be your number 1 offensive people, but you need to get them to 5,000 ASAP. So when you're building tricksters on a new roster, you pretty much can't build a lead trickster until after you get all of them done. I would strongly suggest that you build the 3 move point trainers in your trickster roster before you build any of your offensive people. Now, maybe you got lucky and you pulled a 4-star Deadman or a Razor or a 3 gold somebody like that. Or I'm not saying don't put any resources into them, but your tokens need to be used on building up the move point trainers first. So if you pull a lead person after that, you might consider dumping some coin and TP into them to use them. But again, none of your top guys are going to be very good unless you build these guys. Now, but beyond the move point trainers, what are some other top trainers you need to build? Let's take a look at them. So, Razar up here is going to be the moves that generate green gems. I think generate color gems are almost as important, and you need to get all these guys built up. So then anybody who you got, gem chuckers, you know, that have 2 moves that chuck out the same color gem, like your Miz's, your Striker Bray Wyatt's, people like that. These are going to be very important for those people, as well as anybody with a choose move. You know, Andre the Giant here. I use my Andre the Giant's a beast. But if you look at it, I have Dolph Ziggler. Moves that generate yellow gems will create 4 more yellow gems. I have them to 5,000, so that's going to make Andre super strong. Now, I realize you got to build some top guys in there, but you can't just continue to build offensive characters and leave your elite trainers down in the dirt. All right? There's some other, there's so many important trainers. Titus there, the black gems. Your gem damage trainers, your move damage trainers. Now, your percent move damage trainers, you can kind of get away with using them a little bit weaker because the percentage goes up. It doesn't increase it that much. But, I mean, I guess it depends on what level you get at. When you get up to 4-star guys, you know, an extra 5 to 10% can mean a world of difference in a match on some moves. So, you really, really, really need to have more trainers than you do superstars up top. Because if you build, let's say, 12 top guys and all of their trainers are trash because you keep spending everything you have to build top guys, none of your top guys are actually going to be top guys. You would be so much happier if you built their trainers along with. So, I mean, the best way for me to explain the flow of things, I guess, let's go back to when I was starting out with my roster, okay? And this is before the 4-star era, so cut me a little break on this. I wasn't spending money, all right? I didn't do a whole lot of pulls, and so I was trying to figure out what could be a top guy for me. And shout out to one of the veterans of the Enigmatic Machine, Punch Me. He did a lot of talking to me about my roster, okay? And this guy was telling me, okay, Miz used to be good at 3-star gold. He wasn't elite or top tier, but he was pretty good, all right? Gem chuckers could end the match in turn 2 with a lucky board, or Miz with his submission could prolong the match or whatever. So the reason that he told me to build Miz right away was because back then you had Enzo as the move point trainer. Now it's Akam with the reskin. But he says, you got Enzo and you got Daniel Bryan on your roster. Those are the 2 most important trainers for Miz. And at the time when I asked him this, this was the only combo where I had like all of the best possible trainers for one of my guys. So he says, I'd build them up. Now if you look at that, Miz is a trickster, Akam is a showboat, and Daniel Bryan is Acrobat Daniel Bryan, okay, the Yes Man. So those were 3 different colors. So my first projects when I got serious was to build Miz as a trickster, to build Akam as a showboat, and to build Daniel Bryan as my acro. So that left me 3 more classes with people I could work on. I could work on a powerhouse, I could work on a striker, and I could work on a technician. So then I was working on some free-to-play guys. So I was building Roman, and then I was also building Bray Wyatt at the same time. And Bray Wyatt was a trainer for Roman, so that made sense to do that. And then I don't remember exactly who the tech was at first, so then I picked somebody to be my lead tech. And then when I finished all the other projects, I went back and looked and said, who's the next trainer for Roman? Okay? It was Rusev. So now I have to work on Rusev. Or it was Wade Barrett. Rusev or Barrett, I don't remember. I preferred Barrett, I think. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. So then the next powerhouse project to build, you just move on down the line. I needed somebody to train Roman, who was my lead powerhouse. And then my next set of 6 guys, my first guy is going to be the next trainer for him. And then I go to Bray Wyatt and go, who's his trainers? Okay, they were going to be Sting. So Sting's my next striker project. And anyways, he's another move point trainer for the red move, so that made sense, because then he's going to chain down the line and train the next guy. So then my next showboat project was Andre the Giant, and Sting was also going to train him. And then I went to whoever my technician was that I built in my first round and said, this is my lead tech. Then I look at who his trainers are. Now I cycled that down the list. And so only until you don't have any trainers to build in that color do you pick another lead person to work on. That's just my 2 cents. I think that you should, my trainers far outweigh. If you look at my top guys up there, you know, I got 4, 8, 12, 16 4-star people, only 3 of them at silver. I got a couple more that are going to be going silver in the next talent up. But a few of them are trainers that I put up, like Razar I put up to get that 9K ability for sure, and he's a beast, so. But 6 I put up just for the coaching ability. I don't use him a tremendous amount. Triple H I put up there just to fly through his tour. But if you look then down through my trainers, people over 5,000, I may have finished them off because I needed to spend coin or TP or something. But I have a tremendous amount of people that I'm building at 3-star silver. My trainers outweigh my top guys. And a lot of these people I'm just not done with. I have so many more trainers that I'm building than top guys. Now, if you look down at the bottom of my roster, I'm sitting on this 3-star silver Undertaker. I'm sitting on Brock Lesnar, 3-star bronze pole. I'm still sitting on this Andre the Giant 4-star that I got. Haven't put nothing into it. Farouk, Jake the Snake, Jay, all these people down here that I could work on, but I don't want to yet because I'm still finishing all my trainer projects off and getting that done before I just go dump it into somebody else who I'm not going to have the proper trainers for. So, take it with a grain of salt. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it because I know there's people out there that need to hear this. There's a lot of people in my faction that need to hear this, so I'm sure there's 1 or 2 in your faction. So, until next time, guys, peace.
If you enjoy my content and would like to support the channel, the best way to do so is to give it a like rating with a thumbs up underneath. And hey, consider subscribing to stay up to date with the latest content.